Ooh, there's a big. Oh, there's a giant fly. This always happens. About to go on, and then this fly's like buzzing around, and then it just landed on my computer monitor. It's big. It's staring at me. It's doing this with its little talon right now. Anyway, hope you guys are doing okay. Happy Sunday to you. We're getting the weekend out of here to a good start here on Sunday evening. I'll tell you, was it nice to have the rain this weekend or not? Did it ruin your plans or did it not? It was interesting. We settled. First of all, so much of the Great Lakes need rain right now, and the Tennessee and the Ohio valleys, Missouri Valley as well, all the way down to Arkansas. There's like a really bad drought right now. We are really this whole out of the whole entire area that doesn't have a drought right now, and we got more rain. We got the rain that Missouri needs and Arkansas needs, and so it really was a blessing to see the rain. That's going to help our fall foliage get even a little bit more vibrant than what it would be if we didn't get that rain. But I know it fell on a Saturday, so it's and we did our Region Weather Live Saturday morning, kind of detailing what was going to happen, and it was amazing because it kept back building. Right, we saw the storms that went through, and then that boundary was right over us, so we saw storm, and they just kept popping over the same areas. So interesting setup over the weekend. Someone else has that boundary right now. We'll talk about that in a second. Otherwise, we'll get to our sponsors and we'll get to our content here. I want to thank Mary for being the first on here. Mary, hello to you. Derek's with us this evening. Yeah, Derek's mentioning the rain, 1.5 inches of rain. We could use more of that. Yeah, it was a good soak. Darlene's with us on our YouTube channel. Hi, Darlene. Hope you had a nice weekend. Rhonda, you too. Hope you had a nice weekend. James and Nancy's with us. Mark's with us. Hey, Mark. Debbie's with us. And Gail. We're doing great. We are on baby watch here in the family. We'll see what happens. I think this is the week that things are going to change around here. Baby number 5's on the way, and my wife is 38 weeks, but she's measuring 39 weeks, and we may have, we'll see how things go, but we may have a baby by Friday, so we'll see. Big week here in the Wins household. All right, let me jump over. I'm going to share, if that's okay, a picture so you don't have to stare at my face. The other thing we're going to do, let's get to our sponsors real quick. We want to thank them, obviously. Guys, all local family-owned businesses, they're all local to Northwest Indiana, and that's what I pride with Region Weather is that we don't have national chains. We don't have a company for whole state of Indiana, right? We have local businesses here. So if you get a chance, support them. If you need anyone in the business of heating or air conditioning, let Earls be that company for you. They've been serving Schererville and surrounding areas proudly since 1976. That's crazy to be in business that long, and they're still doing great, and it's because they have quality work. It's going to be furnace season soon, but that AC, don't give up on it. If it's given up on you, give Earls a call, or you can go to their website, earlsheating.com, the place to go if you need any of that. Publicserviceadjusting.com, the place to go if you have an insurance claim. Don't go to your insurance company first. If you do have a claim, go to Public Service Adjusters first. And what are they? They're licensed insured adjusters right here in Northwest Indiana. They'll come out, document whatever the issue is, and they'll take pictures of it, and then they'll submit that package to your insurance company for you, kind of like the middleman, except for it's a better option to have a middleman in this case because you don't have to deal with your insurance company at all. They'll go back and forth with them, and your insurance company always gives you a lowball offer. They will not accept that. They are so stubborn, and they get you exactly what you deserve for your claim. 5-star reviews. Everyone swears by them. They're like, how did I not know about this? Publicserviceadjusting.com. Romans Roofing, the place to go if you need a new roof. We're getting into winter season here before we know it, and you want to make sure that home is tight and secure. If you have a roof leak or if you just need a new roof or you just need a free inspection, you wonder what's going on up there. Maybe you've got a critter in the attic that you're wondering if they got through a hole in the wall up there. They'll take care of all of that. They also do windows, siding, and gutters as well. So they'll take care of your whole entire house. Again, it's romansroofing.net is the website, or you can call them at 219-838-9111. Halcyon Water Solutions. Water's pretty important. I mean, we kind of need it to stay alive, right? And you want to make sure your water is good quality in your house. What they're doing right now is they're offering a free in-home water analysis, which is awesome. They'll tell you, they'll do the scientific rundown on it. They'll get a sample of it. They'll tell you what's in your water. Maybe you have great water. Maybe you have some things that they can take care of with some filter. They'll do that, but they also do water softening, filtration, salt delivery, maintenance. They do it all. Call 866-97-WATER to schedule that free in-home water analysis today. Minogue.life, the place to go for your world of life insurance, Medicare, Medicaid. Michael Minogue's an awesome guy, and he knows his stuff, man. He's already studying the new laws that go into effect next year, And you may have signed up for a plan by phone or by mail, or maybe you signed up online and you don't know what's in it because no one told you what's in your plan. There's a lot of benefits you're probably not getting out of it that you really ought to use to save some money. He'll help you go through that. He has no cost consultation. Just go to his office, sit down with him. He'll go over your whole entire plan, tell you what he thinks you need. He'll ask you questions around what you think you need, and he'll get that all sorted out. There are no two plans that are alike. Also, life insurance, maybe you're paying too much for it. Maybe you don't need as much as what you're paying. You can save some money there. So it doesn't hurt. Minogue.life, the place to go. Kate Cusack for Ruoff Mortgage. She's our local lender for all your mortgage needs. It is pumpkin spice season, and Kate is in full swing getting people into houses that they are either dream houses or starter homes. If you need to refinance now that rates are down just a smidge, you can do that as well. She does it all, and she's amazing to work with, says everybody that has worked with her. Kate Cusack for Ruoff Mortgage. It's Kate Cusack Home Loan Girl on Facebook, or you can call her 219-775-6645. TigerPlumbing.net, the place to go for your area plumbing needs. They're amazing. They come out for free. They don't charge a trip charge, which is rare in this day and age, and they just do great work. You can sign up on mobile, take a picture, video of it, snap it. Hey, this is leaking, and then they'll come out right away and they'll figure out what's going on. They're awesome. They also install faucets, sinks, shower heads, all that stuff if you need. TigerPlumbing.net. FBIBuildings.com, the place to go for pole barn construction. If you need a new pole barn constructed, whether it be residential or commercial, they do both of those, and they've done a lot of them. They've done over 20,000 of them in the Midwest. They do great work. You should check out their Facebook page, FBIBuildings.com. If you want a pole barn renovated, maybe you have one on your property or commercial property, they'll do that as well, and they'll make it look awesome. T&T Tree Service, the place to go. If you need a tree taken down, or maybe you have one that's looking a little shady, getting into Halloween season, they do it expertly, professionally, and they come in, they get out, they clean up. They do it right. They really do. And they have nothing but 5-star reviews as well. TTTreeservice.com. If you need any of that, 219-300-6256. Great Lakes Lighting, be the envy of your neighborhood with expertly placed outdoor lighting. Not only enhances the security of your property, but it also makes your landscaping look good. You've got pumpkins and a scarecrow you're getting ready to get up. Get those lit pretty well, all right? They'll do that. They'll get it all wired up for you, get it on timers, whatever you happen to need. They do amazing work. Great Lakes Lighting. The website for that is lightupnwi.com. Last but not least, Grieger's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Valparaiso. If you need a new Jeep, they've got the brand new Jeeps. The Wagoneers look awesome. They're ready to go for 2026. And I'll tell you what, they're doing great stuff in the community over at Grieger's as well. Right on US 30 in Valparaiso, Grieger's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. All right. We've got a few other people that have joined, so let's go ahead and jump in. Who else is new here? Angie's with us. Kim's with us. David's like, why is it going to be so hot? I know, David. Delia's with us, or Delia, however you say that. You can correct me on that, because I always think I'm doing it wrong when I say it. Tom's with us. Tom, how was the cookout? Was it okay? Luann's with us as well. Luann's got the sunglasses on, not her emoji. Makes sense. Hi, Luann. All right, let's dive into the forecast. Here's what we're dealing with right now. The same system, so we had the storms over the weekend on Saturday, right? And that boundary that I was talking about. Basically, the storms that we had Saturday it was a collision of air masses. We had cooler air with a high pressure trying to get in. We have this dome of heat, which is very reminiscent on the weather map of something we'd see in July, like something we missed all summer. And those two air masses were kind of battling, and they came together at the right time. We had moisture and a frontal boundary right there, and it produced those showers and storms. Do you see it right now, though? I'm going to zoom into this. Look at this. This is that same boundary where we've got high pressure in the Great Lakes. You can see that flow kind of coming out of the northeast, nothing but clear skies, picture perfect day, right? And then you've got all this action. There's heat out here as well, but then there's a frontal boundary. All that push, can you see that push as you look at satellite, all coming together? We're seeing explosive thunderstorms there. We've got storms out in the plains with severe weather. This system, though, if you notice, isn't really moving east a whole lot. It's kind of going north. That's because we've got this big old buckle in the jet stream right now, where we've got the trough out west. It goes up right here. The jet goes up into Canada, and then it comes down in the northeast. It's the omega blocking pattern. It's the Greek letter omega. That's what it looks like in terms of jet stream pattern. And when you have it, it's a blocking pattern. Things don't move. It's like a kink in the hose, right? And the water can't move through it. And it takes a while to get out of these. And so what we're stuck with is not bad weather here locally. We don't have a huge chance of rain this week. However, we've got nice weather, but we're right on the periphery of this serious heat. I had this I think it was Thursday or Friday, I did the post where I had us in the 90s a couple days. And I hesitated doing that because it's getting much harder to hit 90 degrees this time of year, right? Sun isn't up as long, sun angle's not as high, so it's tough to do that. But I did it. I put us in the 90s for 3 days, like 91, 92, 92. And I backed off on the numbers a little bit this week. And the reason why is because we were right on the periphery of this heat. And last week I thought we would get into it, but barely. And now it looks like we're like 50 miles difference where we're not going to be quite in the core of that heat. And I'll show you that here in a second. But let's talk rain chances first. This rain with that boundary that we had over the course of the day Saturday is heading away. And it's heading into this. So we'll likely see more big thunderstorms as these two collide. But you notice all the storms out in the plains. Let's take you through the future cast and notice where the storms stay. We've got an east-northeast wind here over the next couple of days, which blows in drier air and more stable air. And so it'll keep the rain away. Basically, all of this with this high pressure that's out towards the northeast that's bringing this airflow in, this is basically a roadblock. It's saying, rain, you can't move any further east. You're going to have to go around, and that's what's happening. So here's tomorrow. Some showers and storms out in the plains down towards Missouri. This is great for their drought. They've got real bad drought conditions, Missouri and Arkansas. So that's good for them. Not enough of a good thing. This is Tuesday now. Still a strong northeast wind. We are likely going to have rip currents along the lake, though, especially the Chicago side of things. So keep that in mind. And notice we're dry, all right? We're dry through that time. Let's talk heat, though. Here are your numbers today. We officially reached 86 degrees at the Porter County Airport, 8 degrees above average today. So it's hot, but look at the series heat. I mean, we got mid-90s. This is near record or record-setting heat. St. Louis down towards Champaign, Memphis. These areas are boiling hot, and there's some humidity too, but they were in the mid-90s today. This is where that core of heat is right there, that little dome of heat we talk about in the summer. So as we go through time, here's tonight, nice mild night. We'll get back down probably around 60 degrees or so, so warmer than where we were last week with a lot of 40s and 50s. And then here's your heat tomorrow. Core of heat is still here. I thought it would be about 50 miles north and east of that. So as a result, we're not quite as hot as we could be tomorrow into the 90s, but I've got us in the mid 80s again. I think we'll probably do 86, 87 again. A little bit cooler near the lake as that wind comes off the northeast. That cooling would mainly be in Lake County versus the traditional Porter and LaPorte County with the wind direction. But another hot day tomorrow. Remember, we're dry. And then another hot day on Tuesday. Probably similar readings, 86, 87-ish, somewhere in there. This northeast wind is going to help, and you see we're still talking mid-90s down towards St. Louis. Incredible stuff. All right, how about rain? Tropics, we mentioned it. Tropics, this is normally the peak of tropical season. There should be, but they're typically this week is, in fact, the 10th through the 14th are the most active days in a season, right? This is the peak, and then we'll start to gradually decline from here. And it's because the waters are warmest, and then they'll start to cool. But typically we'd have 3 or 4 named systems out in the Atlantic right now. I just know from being a kid and watching, I used to track tropics like crazy. I had a tropical tracker growing up. I was such a nerd. It was awesome though, because I just remember August into September, I would have so many dots on there of storms I was tracking. And just, I mean, from experience, there's usually 3 or 4 named storms at this time, and it doesn't mean they're all going to hit land. We've got nothing right now. There is a system out towards the mid and eastern Atlantic off the coast of Africa that is expected to become a storm. But the wind shear and all that stuff will likely curve that away. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But I bring this up because there's a system off the coast of the Carolinas as well. And I'm going to start with the 20,000 foot view here of what's going on with the weather this week, and then we'll zoom into the details. But I want you to keep an eye on this Carolina storm system here. That may become kind of tropical right there. We'll see what happens. National Hurricane Center thinks it's going to remain extra tropical, which is totally fine. But it's going to bring some heavy rain into the Carolinas. Meanwhile, this pattern here, this is Tuesday, everything coming down in the west and going way up and over us. Remember that big kink in the jet stream keeping us dry. But that tropical system kind of gets underneath that ridge, so it kind of escapes the pattern and does its own thing. And then that heads in, doesn't do much, and then it heads back out. But notice we're still dry. This is Thursday and the Friday. And then on to the weekend, the same low pressure. If we go back in time, here it is. There's a low here. There's kind of a semi-low back towards the west. Watch how this western one kind of overtakes this trough here. And I'm just going to play it through time there. You can see how that secondary low kind of comes out right here. Doesn't make much headway into this big blocking pattern, but it finally, as of now, looks to break that pattern and finally get things flowing again. And so as a result, we finally get some rain chances. It takes forever to get here. You'll see rain on radar to the west. Next day, it'll be 10 miles east. But it finally gets here, says the Euro, on Saturday night into Sunday. All right. Not good for the weekend, but it would bring some much needed rain to the Great Lakes and Tennessee and Ohio valleys. All right. And then it would kind of stick around, and then we dry out, and then we'd finally get that pattern moving, as I mentioned. So as a result, the Gulf is finally open for business. We'd finally get moisture out of the Gulf for the first time in weeks around here. There's just been high pressure after high pressure of cool air that's been shutting the Gulf down. So as that pattern gets moving again, that's when we start to get active again. And it's late month, right? 28th of September already we're looking at. All right, so let's dive into the details. We'll talk temperatures. So next shot at rain is going to be, as of right now, I've got it being late Saturday into Sunday. I've seen in my past experience, sometimes these blocking patterns stay longer than what the models want them to be. So if you do have Saturday plans, right now I would have rain in the forecast later in the day, but sometimes the models are way off on that in terms of how long that blocking pattern lasts, and they tend to last longer than what the models think. And so if you do have Saturday plans, obviously keep them because the forecast would favor that rain getting pushed off even more, but I would put it in the forecast now. All right, let's talk temperatures. You can see that dome of heat. That's where it was today. Here's where it is tomorrow. See how close we are? These are all 90s, right? And we're right on this borderline between cooler air and then the heat. And so it's a really tricky forecast because it's like, well, how much of that boundary gets in here and not? So again, I've got us like 85, 86 tomorrow. Tuesday, very similar to that. The Euro brings in some slightly cooler air from the northeast. The Euro actually has us in the upper 70s, low 80s. I'd probably go mid 80s again. We'll see. I mean, the heat's not far off. It's, again, very tricky temperature forecast here. You're going to see a wide range. With your local meteorologist, you're going to see, well, you only have, I mean, you should only have one local meteorologist. It's okay if you have someone else. It's not cheating. It's sampling. All right. And that's okay. And then you'll probably see it on your app too. Your app's probably fluctuating back and forth. And then Wednesday, here you go. The heat is still here, 80s. This comes with some more cloud cover though. And then Thursday, there you go. Still hot, mid 80s, says the Euro. And then watch how we finally get some legs on this. Here's Friday. Here's Saturday. See how things are starting to move east. It gets real choppy here. And there's Sunday. All right. I'm going to show you all these numbers on the map here coming up. But overall, you can see temperatures not too bad as we get into the extended. So put some numbers on it. Euro has 83, 83, 80, and then it has that heat return this weekend as that kind of ridge kind of moves in. And then it's got more comfortable stuff after that. If you are looking, though, for a shot of fall, and this is the last thing I have, so if you guys have questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat now. However, if you're looking for that shot of fall, like when we have 40s for lows and 60s for highs, cool breezy days, I don't see it. I don't see it for the rest of the month on any of the modeling. This is pretty typical stuff, if not slightly above average, even when we cool down a little bit. And you can tell because overnight lows stay warm. So we're going to have some humidity with this too. So bottom line, in summary, we're looking very summer-like for the rest of the month. The true heat is going to be front-loaded to the next week. Where we're into the 80s with some humidity, and then we'll kind of back off a little bit. But we're still looking to be on the warm side. I don't see any shots of fall-like air coming in here. The patterns definitely change. And we should, as we get towards next week, start to crank up a little bit more in terms of rain, right? We'll have storm system break, storm system break, storm system break, versus right now we're just stuck. Everything's stuck across the country, okay? And I'm pretty excited about that. I'm not going to say it's been a boring forecast, but whenever you see on regionweather.com or on our Facebook page, whenever you see me posting sunrise or sunset times, it means there's not a ton of local weather to talk about. Also, I'm always interested in the sunrise, sunset, and how it, how it varies and changes. It's always something that affects us when we don't think about it. So there's that. All right, we'll dive into your questions. I just want to say a huge thank you to you guys for joining me. I mean, it's Sunday evening. There's not much weather happening, right? You probably don't need a local meteorologist right now. But I do appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to join me. I really, really do. It means the world to me. So thank you guys. It's like a family every single Sunday when we gather, and I do appreciate that. And also bear with me this week. If you guys missed the beginning of the broadcast, we're getting ready to have our 5th kid probably this week. We'll see. But anyway, if that's the case, may go off the radar, pun intended, for a couple days, and then we'll get back into it as schedule allows. But we are waiting, and our bags are packed, and we're ready to go. So we'll see. So thank you for being patient with that. I know you guys don't care, but I just want you to know if I don't post for 2 days, it's because we've got something bigger going on. So there's that. Ann says we had a beautiful weekend. Maxwell's happy about the weather. Susan says this is considered Indian summer now. So Susan, it's not yet. I know we didn't have our first frost, right? I know we had some cool nights, yeah, but this isn't it yet. No, this isn't it yet. And I don't know if we can say that anymore. I obviously I work in Cleveland. I told you guys that, and so we had the Cleveland Indians had to become the Guardians, so I call it a Guardian summer now just to kind of be funny. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the weekend. Tom says Tom, that's a lower amount than a lot of folks. Half an inch in Munster from Saturday rain. Yeah, good soaking there. Debbie, thank you very much, and you're welcome. Julie, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you for the good luck wishes around here. All right. Well, I'm sure there's no questions because there's not a lot of weather coming our way. So there's that. We are not far off, guys, from active weather. Typically, the month of October brings us our first windy system, like our first powerful low pressure. Last couple of years, it's actually weighted towards the latter half of the month, right around Halloween time, sometime in the week of the 20s of October. We have gotten our first true fall system in here where you get a strong front, you get real strong winds, and that temperature goes from 70s or 80 down to the 40s real quick. And I'm just going to say this. I know you guys don't want to hear this, but we typically have our first snowflakes about a month from now. That's crazy, and it's always crazy. I'm like 85 or 86 degrees today, and we're talking snowflakes possible in a month. That's how quickly things change between September and October. So I don't say that to make anyone, not feel good about the weather that's coming our way. I say that just to prepare you. Just know we've got big changes coming up. So please take advantage of what we have weather-wise here, okay, over the next couple of days, because this will change very quickly as we get into the month of October, or it can change very quickly, okay? So there's that. Oh, Derek's asking a question. I see your question there, Derek. You're going camping 26th through 28th. Derek, it doesn't look quite as warm. I think it's going to be great camping weather. We'll have to keep an eye on the rain. Obviously, we can't forecast the exact placement of showers at that time. So it does look to be a more active pattern. So rain would be a possibility sometime in those days versus now where it's just, fine every day. But temperatures do look good, Derek. I think we would have high temperatures probably in the 70s or low 80s. With that warmth as it looks right now again, and then low temperatures would be great for camping weather, right around 60, upper 50s. That's pretty comfortable stuff. So there's that. Let's see. Mark says, thank you for all you do for us in the region. You're welcome, Mark, for sure. Virgil or Virginia for the baby, since it'll be a Virgo. Oh, we'll be a Virgo. Yeah, Mark has a good ring to it. Yeah. Yeah, we've had a girl name picked out for a long time because we had our oldest is a girl, and then we had boy. We don't know if this is a boy or girl, but we've had the girl name picked out, obviously, because we didn't find out with the others either. So we have the girl name, and then the boy name we're kind of running out. So maybe we'll consider Mark, okay? We have one, but we'll see. So, guys, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your evening. Again, enjoy the sunset as it's going down here now. And have a great week at work and school and parenting and not parenting, whatever you guys have on your plate. Just know that I'll be here alongside of you to track the weather for you. We do it on the radio side of things too, X-Rock 103.9, Indiana 105.5, and Z107.1 every single day. And also regionweather.com. You get your daily morning email update if you haven't already. Sign up for that on regionweather.com. It's just a handwritten little type thing with a picture I make, and we send it out in email most mornings. We tend to leave you alone on weekends, but that's it. It's not invasive. You can click on it, and that's about it, and then you get out of there. It's nothing crazy. There's not ads that pop up all over the place, so there's that. All right, Ann, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Guys, have a wonderful night, okay? Thanks for joining me. All right, take care.